the other hand, we saw, if I'm not mistaken, was a 1-1 from the side of Team See You Soon, but this time they know the danger. They know how much Kyle Teasy is really good with that Nolan.
It's too deadly, man.
It is.
Yeah.
I will choose my
He was so
Dude,
fast as well.
The dude was stealing camps early on as an assassin against a Lancelot, someone that you would expect to clear fast, but Nolan does it better.
Nolan is just, I don't know.
He's just him, bro.
He is him, right? At that point. But I feel like some teams know how to answer the Nolan.
He left his daughter, but he's him.
Where's
Laura? That's
yeah, that
Laura
is Laura. I know.
accurate. Yeah.
That's 100% lore, man.
He went out to save the world, though, so it's a good reason, right?
Hey, stay here. I'm gonna go save the world.
Yes.
And I'm also, I don't know if he's actually the most picked. He's one of the most picked.
Yeah.
Right.
Layla turned
Yeah.
out fine, right?
She's fine. Yeah. Eventually, we're still hopefully we see Layla one day in an M series, man.
It's been
Really?
I think it's MPL Malaysia. Like Chiku played
Yeah.
it.
But it hasn't come to the world stage just
Not yet. Hopefully in the future.
Like, why not in one draft, Nolan and Layla? Just for,
for lore.
just for the lore.
You know what? Actually, one of the picks that I was mainly playing, which I think will nearly impossible happen to have here in the M series, is Kimmy. Yeah, I think she's just like so forgotten by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flashback to M1, right? I mean, Kimmy was a hot pick back in M1.
Yeah. There's some PTSD, I'm sure, for some people out there with playing against Kimby. So going to it, first phase of these bans are already going to be out. It was actually CSU that also just took out the Angela, right? They decided to take it out. AP Bren left to the first pick. What are we feeling? Is it going to be a Valentina? Is it going to be a Tarizla? What are we thinking, Yasu, real quick?
I think a Valentina here is really safe because she can get the best use out of the Faramis and so on. But yeah, also the Guinevere.
Man.
Yeah, the Guinevere is one of those picks that you should really take care of. And also, a lot of teams here in the tournament have used her as a roamer, as a jungler, and as an XP laner. So we don't know what's AB Bren plan for Guinevere so far.
That's why it's so good, right? It's not only just a prio pick in the jungle that can get you so much control from neutral objectives to ganks to CC to engage, but it can be flexed.
Not only can it be flexed in the role, it can in in the build.
Yeah,
You're right.
Which
you
is
can
what
take the Ray Ash version of damage.
Yeah.
And add upon that low CD, low cooldown.
Yeah.
She can keep on making people fly in the air.
And spatial migration's kind of strong.
Kinda. Stun the guy now before you knock him up. That's broken.
That's why teams love it, right? Now, answer is going to be the 1-1 and the Faramis. How do we feel about this? We've seen some great things from 1-1 on various teams, and we've seen some not so great things, right? So how are we feeling, Yasu?
I would say that this is the best time to pick off a Kaja right now, because taking a Kaja would be... I would say if he wasn't picked here by Team Bren, it will be banned for sure. Because you need a tank, or like you need a roamer generally that can take off the 1-1 when it comes to the crossbow of Tang, and also the setups that Team See You Soon and the plans that they have for a 1-1. And if AB Bren didn't do that, but in this moment they will regret it later on. But Team AB Bren, he can also take the Valentina. Claude is really good as a matchup, but I think Boxy, not Boxy the King, but Kosei will have a really good time ulting, or like at least starting the crossbow of Tang on Khalid.
Interesting that they take the Khalid here, right?
Yeah.
So they have that. Super Marco's got his Claude. They can work around that. So really, I'm going to be looking at See You Soon. How do they want to deal with some of this? Because Khalid, not only now do you have the Guinevere and a ton of CC just in her kit alone, but you got to deal with the Khalid as well, right?
Yeah.
So you need to be able to answer that, or at least survive that exchange, right? Because so far, when Khalid is locked in, he's usually the guy to go in second, right? Really to follow up or cut off the path. And that could be a problem here for See You Soon, especially basing it off how some of those early skirmishes went the previous game, right? So already, you mentioned this earlier, there's the Kaja once again for See You Soon.
See You Soon picking off this Kaja is really good again against a Claude, but we haven't seen Boxy the King do, I would say, accept the gifts that were given by Team AB Bren at some point, but yet we will see his execution this time. Looking back at Team AB Bren's draft, I would say that they really have a really good draft when it comes to area crowd control and also the setups that can be built for the Claude to go in. I would say that adding up, or like, already the mage is picked off here. Okay, so have AB Bren having that Minotaur or a Tigreal will be lethal at this point.
Yeah, I mean, any dive comp
Yep.
will be very, very lethal to go up against a Minotaur, especially
Yes,
Master
man.
Ogwen's Minotaur. Oh, one of his
Ouch.
signature picks. See you soon. Take it away instantly. We're not going to let you match up this Kaja, this Faramis, with that Minnow.
Yeah, not only that, AP Bren on the other side, I think maybe they still continue to focus on the XP lane here, right? At least even take out the Terizla possibly, if they want to go that
Maybe,
route.
yeah.
Deal with that, because that would actually round things up really well
Oh.
for Sia Soon. So that's the Martis being banned out, right? Focusing on some of those utility jungler options here for MP the King. Might be wanting to force him, you know, on something a little more risky once again to go against AP Bren here. So we'll see what the answer here is. What are you thinking for the last ban?
Well, for Team AB Bren, I would say that they should continue on banning the utility heroes because no assassin and no one can actually burst neither like the Khalid or the Guinevere, not mentioning that they still can pick off a heavy tank. So I would continue on banning the utility heroes.
I agree. I love that, right? The fact that they ban out the Martis, not just the utility, but ban out the aggressive heroes, the heroes
Yeah.
that can actually look to snowball. The worst pick on MP is a hero that's safe, and that's what AB Bren are trying to force on him. They want to try to force
Yeah.
MP to play a safe pick. Play the Fredrin, it may be meta, but on your hands, with someone as flashy as you need that playmaking capability.
Ooh, if they go the Fredrin here, I think that could work, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I said this before we even loaded into the draft. I was like, you know, I'd love to see Sia Soon. I know technically they're a team, and this is a region thing, actually. The region is just very team fight oriented. They
Yeah.
love to just duke it out, right? That's
Cambodia.
something. Yeah, Cambodia itself, they have what now, 4 or 5 teams just all competing at a very similar level here. So we'll see, right? Do they actually want to opt for a more a slower paced jungler lineup here? Yes, you have the Kaja, still able to help pick people off, but obviously even the 1-1, right? You need some time to build up. You have to have the right conditions to get the crossbow of Tang off. And then even so, right, we see so many teams obviously playing around with the Wind of Nature and the Winter Transient switches, right, to deal with the crossbow of Tang in certain situations. So once again, for Sia Soon, we'll see if they decide to pick up the XP laner right now. What's left on the table? Again, we haven't seen much Yuzhong, man. We got a great statue in front of us. We see some great graphics behind us, but Yuzhong has kind of fallen off, especially back from M4.
We need another buff.
We need another buff.
And
Oh,
Team
there's-
Sia need a Terizla. A Terizla here. I was about to say that they need some crowd control. I know that they have the Kaja, but still, you can kind of assure 1-1 in the late game phase when it comes to the crossbow of Tang. As you said, we might see some people use the Wind of Nature or like play around this crossbow of Tang, but yet, Team Sia Soon having the Terizla is really good, but what are they missing? The jungler. Huh.
Oh, man.
A Baxia maybe?
For AP Bren or Sia Soon?
Sia Soon.
For Sia Soon, the Baxia could be a good choice. I like the Baxia, actually. For this composition, they have a lot of damage already. Someone who can just roam around the map, get some more mobility, would be great.
Deal
But
with
for
some of the
AP
healing.
Bren, I'm thinking something crazy. A pick that maybe
Crazy.
Filipinos won't be too happy about, but
Oh.
no, okay, don't
For
go
honor,
for it.
yeah,
I was like,
told you.
Florin, you know, no, Tigreal.
Is he still in crazy territory?
It's
Or
Chad
is-
Ogwen time. No, it's not crazy.
It's not crazy anymore.
Apex 47 changed.
I mean,
that.
the wild card, he started to pop up. So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
crazy then.
It was
Yeah.
crazy. Now it's tame.
Yeah.
Now it's normal.
But it's still Tigreal,
Yeah.
man.
It went from Lafell
Yeah.
to Gideon, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
Crazy to normal.
the guy that sounds like you.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
Lafell, literally Hellkurt, remember?
I asked a wise man before why Hellkurt is so good in Malaysia, and he told me you cannot do a lot of things when everything is dark. So I don't know if AB Bren will be able to work in the dark or not.
Hey, unless you got night vision somewhere, right?
Arashi's got that.
Arashi, tactical. Shout out to Arashi out there. But okay, lineups are locked in here. Yasu, take us through it real quick.
Real quick, AB Bren, as I told you, if you added a Tigreal or a Miniature, their combination will be so lethal because they have a really good setup so far with the Cloud, not mentioning also having a Tigreal. That's a really good composition, but I wanted to actually say that Team Sia Soon need someone to carry on the early game. Having a Hellcut can actually pick off someone at some point, and I think that 1-1 somewhere in the game will be taking care of the rest.
Well, we're going to find out here as we load up into the Land of Dawn. It's game number 2. after a decisive Game 1 from AP Bren. Can see you soon. Utilize this Hellcurt and even out the series 1-1.
In Game 1, we said MP needs a pick to be able to jump on Few, on that Novaria.
Yes.
I think this is a good response to the question that we asked in Game number 1.
Well, nice you said you can ban it out, but it seems like it's not banned out. They will actually go for this approach. But here's the thing. I think that MP the King need a lot of, I would say, camping to get Few, because Few with his positionings is really good. Super Marco is here losing so much HP to Kosei.
Wait,
What?
Oh, right. He knows the limits here, right? I mean, there is no crossbow tank right now, so he's going to go ahead and just deal with that. We'll go back to base, but also emblems here, anything that sticks out, Yasu.
Well, I see that 1-1 is going so hard for this damage, and also the Hellcurt will actually be... he's farming so fast right now because of his emblems. What else is standing out? I couldn't actually have a look. Maybe in the next time we'll have a better look. But I would say that there's a really good point I forgot to mention, that when you have a rumor that can actually reveal the other rumor, you kind of have an idea of how the rotation works on the opponent's side.
Bro, Kosei went for the Master Assassin emblem. That's why he was able to do so much damage solo in lane. That's what Kosei wants to do, and maybe that might be a reflection as to what he wants to look for in this game. Perhaps this 1-1 is more of a split-pushing 1-1 in the early stage to get that advantage, and then later on he will pivot to more of a team-fighting normal 1-1 gameplay.
Yeah, he wants to go meet Super Marco on this signature pick of his 1-for-1 and deal with it. Try to get that advantage if he can, but now first objective going to be up that turtle. MP the King going to get in position. Also keep an eye on that bottom side. Multiple members here.
Two-man spatial migration into the Requiem. Felix falls under it. And that's first blood. The first time maybe that Siusun doesn't get first blood, but MP, he says, we don't need it. We'll go for the objective. It's 1-1.
Good trade. Yasu, how do you feel about that?
Kyle doesn't like it. That's how he feels about it. Spatial migration into Flapteezy's Raging Sandstorm, into an invade early on. They want to force it. Foxy gets knocked up, slashed down by Flapteezy. And MP doesn't have the retreat. He can't go for the commitment onto the purple buff. Felix has rotated over with Rob. That's a penalty zone. Now it's a 2. Ogwen gonna be knocked up for a bit. Kalteezy with the defensive spatial migration. The implosion comes in as well, but another realm saves them, gets them out. Kalteezy, though, was able to sneak that steal from under the rug.
Wow, using all these spills at this particular time is too early.
It's another one. It's a Requiem. It's Felix taken down again.
Flashback to the previous game for Felix here.
No, Felix, not Felix. He's sorry.
He's sorry now. So for Team C soon, actually, I would say that not having the flicker on Boxy the King, they are committing to Super Marco. They want to make him have the worst time of his life.
Yeah, they gotta kind of put pressure here if they want to. Right now, though, the fact that you have 3 kills for AP Bren and 2 of those are in the hands of Kalteezy, it's gonna be a little bit tougher here now for MP the King, right? But if he can continue to play around the ultimate, the Darkness Falls has that advantage. They might turn something around here, right? But the fact that Kalteezy has kind of this early spike going on could be troublesome.
Implosion against the Divine Judgment, and that's going to be the silence as well. Crossbow attack translating over to the back line. Now it's a Raging Sandstorm! Flapteezy! What a play!
Hey, as I said, that Khalid, sometimes he's the second one to go in and capitalize on positioning, and that's exactly what happened there.
This is the kind of final touch I would like to have, actually, because the Khalid followed up so perfectly. This was almost... Felix. What was that?
He missed the penalty zone. Now Kyle, spatial migration to get out. It's all fine and dandy, but my God, I'm still on that play. I'm still on the play.
That initiation, man, it looks so good. When the Khalid uses the flicker alongside the Sandstorm, it looks clean as it can be. So with all that unfolding, again, Kalteezy in position to go ahead and just freely take this turtle here, the second one of the game. We'll be able to cap that in. MP the King, though. Is it to a point where you pick up a risky hero like this and now you're too far behind in the early game to actually contest some of these?
It's almost like Flap saw the play of the day and he said, I want that. I want to be play of the day tomorrow. Walk us through this Yasu.
Well, I think that the one who walks that through this was the Khalid. This was the moment where everything went down for Team Soon, having the sandstorm raging upon Team Soon. They just got wiped out.
I don't know, man. Again, Flap had probably that one chocolate yesterday. He's like,
he was mad.
Again.
He's mad now. He's mad.
Still going to be going here. Early pressure in the bottom side, but just trying to keep it together. Echo going to come down. There's the conceal, though. Ogwin. Okay, he's going to call it off.
I just want to see these flicker ultimates, man. I want to see these flicker ultimates being triggered once and again and again and again. Because Team AB Bren have really wonderful setups and really good follow-ups. But when you look here at both ends, we will see that both of these teams have this hero that can actually pull off a really good late game when it comes to the Cloud also. When we speak about the 1-1, but again, who have the upper hand in the early game? Who is controlling the game in the early phase? It's AB Bren. In a matter of 6 minutes in, we have 3k gold lead. Not just that, MP the King at some point gave up on the trades. He's just farming by now.
Felix knocked up again. That's a lot of airtime, and Felix jumps into the penalty zone onto the front. Super Marco able to back up with the battle mirror image. That's a blazing duet as well. MP is going to be able to deal damage onto Kyle, taking him down. Now MP low, Super Marco going back and forth. MP farming. The rest of AP Bren trying to help him out. It's just going to be Felix traded in for Kyle. That's worth it for See You Soon.
Yeah, so you can already see it, right? MP the King, he only had the DHS, but he has respectable damage. So somehow, some way, they got to continue to build on that, right? Gold lead obviously still in favor of AP Bren, 3k ahead. But See You Soon, if they just have to find wins where they can, then that might be best for them. Again, you have a Kaja. Try to get some of these pickoffs later on. Give up some of these objectives if you can't actually go toe-to-toe with them. But still, find wins where you can to stay in the game here for See You Soon.
Spatial migration as a Purify instantly. Felix, penalty zone, just the zone. That's a raging sandstorm connecting again. MP still able to escape. Now it's going to be the re-engage. Flap TZ flickering backwards. Ogwen with a good shove back to defend Flap TZ, but he will fall in this mid lane. It's See You Soon who picks up a win in the trade department.
This game is unlike the previous game. See You Soon are actually helping Kosei to build up his damage, to build up his gold lane lead. And right now, even though he died one time, Boxy, the King, is following him up. It's like he's having a tag on the back of Kosei. He is there for him whenever there is someone coming to the bot lane. But let's have a look here at the items. I would say that who have the lead, actually? I think that both of these gold laners are toe-to-toe.
Yep, 400 gold lead, not that much in the gold lane matchup. A few minion waves and it's done, right? So
yeah,
it's going to be really good for both these gold laners, though I will have to say, with Super Marco having this much help, I don't know what MP the King will have to do here to come back. A spatial migration, everything was on point.
Perfect.
Despite the Dark Knight Falls granting him movement speed.
Yeah, when you're spotted, you know, you can't run away in the night. So not only that, but they get more damage on this base turret. The shields are going to be taken down. They got the tier 2 earlier, so that is a big win for AP Bren just in that, 1 minute alone leading into this Lord coming up in less than 30 seconds. So See You Soon, for the second time, honestly, the Kaja just has not been able to do what it's meant to do, right, at this point in the game. You really haven't seen many pickoff potentials happening or, taking that numbers advantage right in their favor with the Kaja. But look at this already. There's the conceal. Boxy going to get spotted out too. The rest of the team still in the mid lane. Lord now up though. Does See You Soon actually want to contest this Yasu? Are they in the position to?
They can actually go in with the, if MB the King make everything dark, they can actually go in for a steal, but they cannot commit with the full pack of them. So, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Flicker Divine Judgment onto the tank right now. The crossbow tank and the transfer over to Flap TZ as he tries to escape, gets the healing. Ogwen down, the main source of initiation, the main source of CC, but they still have Kyle and Flap.
Okay, so they just go ahead, reset it for now, but See You Soon, Kyle TZ could go in with the spatial migration, but once again, See You Soon still doing a relatively good job here given how behind they are. So they gotta wait. Again, penalty zone not gonna be available just yet, but the flicker is there. We'll see. AP Bren still approaching it calmly.
Yeah.
They wanna be careful. They don't wanna overcommit. They know that this could possibly slip in favor of See You Soon if they overcommit. They're going to get in position and they give the Lord a go.
Owen's back. That's Felix who jumps into the back, but he's all alone. The NetherRealm gets him to safety, but AP Bren take the Lord and disengage.
Wow, the Divine Judgment is not there just to serve Kosei. It's also there to serve and be the king. And this time, having the fleeting time for Team Siusun on that Kaja is actually helpful. And also this time they are different because they have someone to front the damage. But the question here, do they have the damage enough? Do they have the clearance that they need to defend this next Lord? They are already behind an inhibitor turret.
Yeah, this is tough. Once again, the position that Siusun is in, they've got to deal with it. It is only the first Lord, right? But you can already see, too, Ogwin looking for his own setup potential with the Conceal, with the Flicker Implosion combination. Flaptizia as well. This is the prime positions for these Khalid picks as they assault into the base here. We'll see if Siusun keeps it together. Again, that shield was already taken down earlier. So this is going to be... Turret's still going to be up for now, actually. But the waves will be pushing in.
Yeah.
AP Bren still trying to respect the fact that Siusun could turn something around if they find an overstep. But right now, another Tier 2 will fall. AP Bren continues to get space. There's Foxy.
Conceal.
Flicker Divine Judgment. Oh, it's Flap who gets locked down entirely in the Divine Judgment and the zone.
AB Bren at this point, they can cause chaos with these picks, but again and again, Siusun and especially Boxy the King finds his target with that Divine Judgment. Looking here at the items, both the marksman, there is a lead now. There is a lead. So 4 items to 3 for that Clot for Super Marco, and we all know that Super Marco is really good on the scaling heroes. And also, if you looked a little bit on the Glimmer, you will find out that she might freeze out at some point and make an outplay.
All right, this might help too. The fact that Boxy has the immortality.
Yeah.
He can play a little bit more,
risky.
Front. Yeah, be a little bit more risky here. But still, relatively, he's got to wait for that Flicker available for a lot of these plays. You can see the damage, though, that is there for Siusun.
Oh.
The problem is, how long does AP Bren let this happen?
Boxy
walks up, dodges away. That's a penalty zone from Felix into the mid. Flaptizia missing the Raging Sandstorm. The NetherRealm grants them safety. Kyle Teasy falls, and now the chase continues. It's going to be Ogren who falls as well. It's Kusei who picks up the killing spree, and just like that, 2 kills on the board for Siusun. An outplay over an outplay.
This is the point where the front laners shine. Sorry, Felix is not actually sorry. He went in with that penalty zone, taking 5 members, having this glimpse of the Boots gameplay today. It's not only Flaptizi who's inspired, it's also Sorry, Felix.
Hey, like we saw from the play of the day yesterday, right?
Yes.
Sorry, Felix can have a hell of an early game, getting just bullied, but sometimes all it takes is one great penalty zone, right? And that's kind of what happened there. Once again, Lord going to be up.
Oh, what a Divine Judgment! A fadeaway pull. Well played to Mr. Boxy the King.
Man.
Yeah.
There's no getting away from that, right? You can't, that's what we were looking for. He didn't even have to use the Flicker, so now with this play, Siusun is going to go ahead and march down some of these turrets that they needed for a while. Once again, last game, they had trouble even getting a single turret. But with this lineup that is starting to get to a point now where it's online, Siusun is where they have to be. The gold lead has been diminished for the majority of it, and now they can continue knocking down these turrets.
Yeah, the clean record now is in danger. Team Siusun, and also especially the fleeting time on Boxy the King. He can keep on taking 1 by 1 from Team AB Bren. And not just that, as I told you, look, still few holds the most damage dealt, but it's not about the most damage dealt, it's about how much damage dealt in the specific moment that your team needs. And in this moment, it's Siusun.
Conceal. Looking for Kyle. Cancelled out. Spatial migration. No Requiem just yet committed. Siusun looking to force another siege with the Enhanced Lord in the mid lane, with the bottom lane as well. But they're not able to do it just yet. AP Bren, they're able to do the housekeeping very well. That's a Divine Judgment, and that's Flaptizi locked down. Rob picks up the kill.
Decisive again. Siusun has figured out how to layer it down. Boxy, though, going to take a couple shots, has the immortality, like I mentioned. So we'll be fine, but so far, They're holding it together here. Still eyes on this mid turret.
Kyle.
Spatial migration. Oh!
Whoa.
Again, a penalty zone on the Super Marco. Still able to dash out with the battle mirror image. And that, my friend, was a bit of an overextension. Ogwen looking to punish. Walking them down. Ra walks through the walls. MP blinks through the wall. And see you soon. We'll see AP Bren soon.
That's what I said earlier on in the previous game. We just need one front laner, someone to take the hits, but not like that. Don't go super aggressive like that, but someone to take the kills, the damage, and Boxy the King can just grab whoever comes in his hand to trigger a crossbow of Tang, or even to make an opening for MP the King with his assassin heroes. So if we saw such draft in the previous game, things might have actually became this way also.
The thing, you know, as we look at the items there, we see Siyosun now having this very minuscule lead. The one thing that we have to consider is AP Bren has done this before, Super Marco has done this before, and it's that split push, that backdoor possibility. Siyosun cannot tunnel vision on these preceding Lord fights, right? We've seen teams do that before. So right now, they have to keep things in order. They have to keep their eye as well on that bottom side. That's where a lot of that pressure is going to go for, right? They're going to try to get that turret down eventually. So for Siyosun, keeping those things in mind as they approach this Lord take, this Lord dance, we'll see how it unfolds. It could go highly in their favor if Boxy can do what he's been doing the past few minutes, just go for a pickoff and get that numbers advantage. But you can already see Kyle Teasy getting the Lord started here, positioning to, like I said, Super Marco and Ogwen, also keeping tabs on the bottom side. But Siyosun kind of has an idea what's going on, right? They want to be able to be in the position where they can get that pick off, and that's exactly why Boxy is crucial here as this all unfolds. Echo going to drop. 4 members being spotted out. We'll see how it all plays out here.
Oh, someone needs to face check.
Penalty zone onto Kyle, trying to delay him from looking for a steal right now. It's not easy. Jumps in with the raging Sandstorm, but look at the pullback from Boxy to set up for MP to find that red tree for free. Now it's Kusei against Kyle. The Requiem is ready. Oh! Snipe down from View to deny the crossbow of Tang. As AP Bren look to disengage, but Felix is walking past Ogwen. As an explosion on the 2. Super Marco coming down with a blazing duet, as that's going to be the shade all the way to bring them back. Boxy losing immortality, another spatial migration to knock him off. Boxy, 1 HP, a good purify. Right as the penalty zone gets dropped down, Ra picks up a mega kill as he dives deep.
Oh, again, Super Marco was there on the bottom side, realized that the fight was not in favor of AP Bren, came back, and was there a little bit too late, but so far, good answer once again from Siyosun. They still have the Lord going down the bottom side. They held on to their base turret. And right now, Siyosun in the driver's seat of this game. AP Bren, though, how do they deal with this? They got a couple of the immortalities out. But right now, Siyosun charging up into the base of AP Bren.
It's gonna be so hard if there's a penalty zone, but what's this damage on Super Marco?
What's the damage on Felix? MP getting sniped down, poked down. Kusei now respawning, coming down. That's a penalty zone. The lockbox is here, blazing into the back line, and the battle mirror image to the front. The base is wide open, though. They're targeting it. AP Bren will not be able to defend. Just barely one last shot was all they needed. Equalizer from Siyosun in game number 2.
What a game from Siyosun from Cambodia, able to even out the series and give AP Bren a loss here in this series. We're in for a great one ahead of us. Yasu.